Hello, everybody. Welcome to another segment of Gaming with Blockchain. I'm your host, Yu, and we are now discussing all things alien worlds. So it's not going to be a very long video here, just primarily given the updates on what's going on in this space. And because, as I said, month of June is going to be a very active month for a lot of projects, and so everyone's trying to get their I guess tweaks in place, and Alien Worlds is no exception. So we know Alien Worlds had some challenges with the bots, some errors and everything else, and they're addressing that. And one thing they've done really well is that they've created, or they are creating, like ticket boards, and where people can now submit claims or submit issues. And I think that's going to be the new stepping stone moving forward for a lot of projects in the blockchain space that need to find ways to address players' concerns. And because as your member base grows, it's not going to always be smooth sailing. There's always going to be problems somewhere, but you want to be able to handle them as quickly as possible and keep your player base content and happy moving forward. And Alien Worlds has addressed that, knowing that they need to find a way to collect and at the same time monitor not only just the gameplay aspect, but then the issues that arise as well. So kudos on at that point. Now moving forward with that. What does this all mean? So Ted, if you're familiar with Telegram, he's one of the high-profile posters. He's now going to be doing some missions across different lands and providing his insight on what his journeys have been. So that's coming around. But I think also most importantly here is that now, because of addressing the resource issues, or the bots and everything else that's been draining the wax system, particularly because the game has grown so quickly, so fast, with so many new players, they've now decided that you're claiming your own NFTs. And, is that a bad thing? I don't think so, because that's what blockchain is about. Blockchain is about your own ownership. You're taking responsibility for your own, as the alien word says, your own destiny, your own future. So they're now shifting that responsibility to the players, and it will be a lot easier and more cost efficient for that to happen. Instead of Alien Worlds absorbing all these costs and resources, is now distributed amongst all the players, and then the impact will be far less in terms of resource drain, or even better resource management processes as well. Now, the key thing is, it doesn't mean that every time you claim, you should expect an NFT. The odds of you getting an NFT in the game are no different. This is now, instead of the NFTs being dropped into your wallet automatically, you have to now go into the block explorer and claim them independently on your own. Now they've put in instructions on how to do that, which is very clear instructions, and you just go in and log into your account on whatever wallet that you have. You put in the name of your account name, and then you'll have claim NFTs. And if you have an NFT, if you don't have it, if you have an NFT, then it'll show up. If you don't have an NFT, then you don't have an NFT. You didn't mine one. Your luck did not provide one there. Now, the other thing that has been happening is that they also now addressing the teleport challenge, and what that means for the teleport process. So unfortunately, I don't have teleport on my account on this particular stream, and I'm hoping to have that maybe next time, because first, I, like a few other players, my Trillium is stuck as well. So in addressing this, I'm hoping now that I can have it released and reset it again, and try to do this one more time once everything now has been cleared up, and to whatever was causing all these little glitches in the process initially. And hopefully in time, because we all know Binance is starting their mission not too long from now. So fingers crossed that I can kind of tweak my Trillium issues, and then be able to present it to you and say, okay, yeah, look, guys and gals, it's working. It's the teleportation actually made it across the chains. So fingers crossed at that point. But all things are looking well for Alien Worlds, despite all these little nitpicks and anything else, because it's growing pains. It's something that, you know you have to allow it to happen. Remember, the game is not a year old. So the expectations that a lot of players are having for something to be instantaneous and automatic is sadly false, because there's nothing that's built aside from maybe a property that has to have a clear and conclusive endpoint. Movies don't do that. Yeah, even cars don't do it. They have an idea, but then as the project moves along, the scope starts to change, and maybe some features start to change. There's no different why the gaming industry, particularly in the blockchain gaming, that won't happen as well. It's all organic. You have a clear a clear framework. Don't get me wrong, and the planning has to be solid. But things happen throughout the pipeline, and you have to be as agile or flexible and pivotable to allow these changes to happen. So if you're sticking with the alien worlds and you've done it and you know that it has potential to do amazing things, kudos to you, and we'll see you in the mining world. So until then, thank you for joining. Continue to share, to continue to post your comments. Like I said, I've been loving them so far, and including all the corrections. Thank you guys, and we'll be seeing you in the next segment. Take care.